Hello friends, a very good morning to you, good day, wherever you happen to be in the world. I'm back on the allotment. It's Sunday the 27th of January now, and you can see I've just brought with me this little palm tree that I've got. I've got a few of these indoors at home, and if you watched a previous video I was talking about this little succulent that I've got here that I left out in this shady spot in my allotment before winter set in last year, just to see if it would survive, and it did, much to my surprise. So I thought I would bring some other plants that you would not expect to survive in such cold conditions and start bringing them out here, and maybe have a little tropical corner or something in the allotment this year. So here's the palm tree that I've just brought over today. I'm just going to leave it there overnight at least and check on it tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I thought today I would start with a probably quite brief but detailed guided tour of my plot so far. I've had I think 5 or 6 new subscribers this week, which has been a lovely surprise, so welcome to you. Thank you very much for subscribing. I'm going to start doing videos like this about once a week, once or twice a week, maybe more, as spring and summer set in, and upload those just to sort of chart my progress of what I'm doing on my allotment this year. I'm still quite a beginner. This is only the second full year that I've had an allotment, so maybe I'll just show you some of the things that I've been doing, and might get some response and some comments on that. That would be very much appreciated. So here we're looking at some rose bushes that I've just cut back about a week or so ago. I moved them over from one of the beds over there last year so that I can use that bed space for growing edible things entirely. That one looks okay. This one a little bit less healthy. Not quite as green, I'm not sure, so maybe I should cut that one back a bit more. But anyway, I thought it'd be nice to have these growing just by the gate, just there as you come in. This bed, this entire bed here, is what I call the inedible bed, because it's where I grow things that I think will look attractive or attract bees, or just generally do some good for the allotment and the environment. So that's lavender. I got some little plugs of that last year, and that really took off, so I moved it all from over there, some of it over to here, and I've dotted a few other cuttings around as well, which we'll see as we move on. This space here I'm just trying to make a little bit more colourful, so that's some thyme. Thyme seems to grow very well in the soil on my allotment here. That is lamium. I just love the white greeny colour of that, the light green, it's great, contrasting with the dark purple of this. I'm not sure of the name of this or the name of that either. I just call it the black spider plant, because it's like a spider plant and it's black. I managed to nab a cutting of that from a gardener I visited recently. Here's some garlic. Now garlic's edible, of course, even though it's in the inedible bed, but I've been trying to spread garlic around, so it's so good at deterring pests apparently that I thought I would have it in quite a few different locations around the allotment just to keep things away from eating some of the other things. And then around here, as well as these shrubs that came with the allotment, they were all over by the fence over there when I first got the plot, but I've moved them over here. I've just been spreading various seeds, bulbs and things that I've, accumulated. Some of these are just weeds, of course, but I've got some other things popping up there, and that's nice. Finally over here, that's my bay leaf tree. Bay leaf's also edible, of course. So I really shouldn't call this the inedible bed at all. I need a better name for it, but it's quite catchy in its own way. Anyway, and these are just various things that look nice and that grow and flower and so on various times throughout the year. This is what I call bed number 1. That's bed number 2. These were all completely overgrown when I acquired them in August 2017, so I spent a lot of that first few months at the end of 2017 when I got the plot just digging up and weeding and so on, but weeds keep coming back as they do. So I'm going to try some more, I think, no-dig methods this year. Anyway, these are my herbs. That's sage and that's more thyme, lots of thyme there, all the time in the world. Which I've been, as I've told you before, moving over to the little bottle border garden there gradually this year. And there's some chives, and that is some pineapple sage that I hope is going to grow back this year, because that's a marvellous plant. It smells and tastes like pineapple, but it's a sage. Amazing. And over here, onions, lots of onions. I planted these from sets that I got in September, October, and they've all, most of them started coming up. I didn't plant them all at the same time, as you can see. Some are more mature than others, and there's some that have only just started peeking up. But hopefully I'll have a nice supply of onions come summer. Over to bed number 2. Not much going on here yet. I've just been mulching it back a bit. I've got a few bits of garlic just there and some lavender. But I'm going to use this space mostly for growing beans, I think. Peas, maybe some squash, because I grew squash just here last year and it did pretty well. That's just some leaf mulch. And I have sown a few rows of peas just there where I've marked, but it may be too early. However, as you can see, there's just a couple of pea shoots popping up here and there, so you never know. And there's some more garlic. So, the inedible bed. Bed number 1. Bed number 2. Beds number 3 and 4. And these are old bookshelves. When I decided to live a simpler and smaller and less consumerist sort of life a few years ago, I got rid of a lot of my books, sold them, gave them away, so on, and I was left with these bookshelves, which have made excellent raised beds, as it turns out. I've covered them over this winter because I need to add in a lot more compost and new organic matter at some point soon when I start using them for growing things properly. But I did grow some sweet corn just there last year, which turned out fine, and here we've got some purple sprouting broccoli, which I do expect to see actually sprouting quite soon, but I don't know, we'll have to see about that. And then finally, you've already seen this area really, but this is the other end of the plot, the other side. It's a bit shadier, and this is where I'm growing some strawberries, cutting back the blackberries a bit, and this area still needs to be cut back. I've yet to decide what to do with it. Over there we have the mushroom kingdom. No mushrooms visible today, but that's alright. And finally, back where we started, the little tropical corner, whatever it ends up being. And that is my shed, my magnificent shed. I do love my shed. Okay, bye.